What's going on, everybody? Mortem here, this time bringing you a video about Avowed, or rather its absence. So the Summer Games Fest just wrapped up. We actually are talking primarily about the PC gaming show that happened Sunday, June 12th, during the Xbox Bethesda showcase in particular, which of course showed off all of the studios owned by Microsoft and Xbox, etc., which includes Obsidian, and Obsidian is working on Avowed. And given that it's been 2 years since the initial announcement of Avowed, people were speculating that it might show up at the showcase here. There is a rather simple reason that it probably wasn't there that we'll kick this off with, and then everything after that is speculation. But Avowed, along with all of the other games that we didn't see at the show, it can be safely assumed weren't there basically because the show focused on games that were releasing in the next 12 months, which means from now until next June. So anything releasing after that was not in the show. I believe this is response to criticism about shows in the past where they showed off games that were quite a ways away still. And because of this, I just think it's very likely that games like Avowed, Fable, Perfect Dark, etc. just aren't within a year of release, frankly. Oftentimes, the simplest reasoning is usually the correct reasoning. However, if that were the only thing going on with it, I probably wouldn't have made this video, and as you might imagine, we have a bit more to talk about. Now, I have seen rumors about Avowed, and ironically enough, Fable in almost a very similar context, and how they might be in development hell, so to speak. According to gaming journalist Jason Schreier, who is a very reputable source of information in terms of insider leaks and does a lot of actual games journalism, and while I'm kind of whatever about the guy, he is usually right about a lot of stuff, so here we are. Now, according to him, Avowed recently saw a reboot in late 2020, early 2021, and it's apparently gone through several game directors. Now, there hasn't been any real news in this regard. Most of this is just rumors and stuff, so I would take this with a grain of salt. But given that we haven't heard anything since the announcement, I think that is likely to be true to some degree. For somebody like myself, that is especially disappointing news because not only did we not see anything about Avowed, Avowed takes place in the world of Pillars of Eternity, and it's safe to say that due to the lackluster performance of Pillars of Eternity 2, which took years to turn a profit, is likely not going to see a return to that universe anytime soon, which means Avowed pretty much is the future for the world of Eora and the continuation of stories in that universe, at least for the relatively near future. So seeing Avowed go through definite delays, etc., caused by this stuff and what is likely a soft reboot of the development means it's that much more time in between me getting more of the world that I love there. So very disappointing news across the board, but that's basically what we know about Avowed right now, which is disappointing news, frankly. Now, next up, I did want to mention real quick before I leave you that weirdly enough, Fable is in like almost the exact same situation. That game's development also seems to be troubled and was also missing from the showcase as well, and it was also announced at the same show that Avowed was announced at 2 years ago. So, bit of a weird coincidence there, but it lines up almost perfectly, so I wanted to mention it here. But long and short of it, none of these games are releasing within the next 12 months, so they weren't at the showcase, and unfortunately for Avowed, if you were very excited for that like myself, it is going to be quite some time before we see it from the sounds of it. I would expect probably another couple years at least. So while that is a bummer, hopefully it makes for a better game, which is what I'm looking forward to. Let me know how you feel about it down in the comment section below, but regardless of any of that, truly thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. The channel is growing every day and I couldn't do that without you guys, so thank you again. May you wander in wisdom and have an amazing day.